Hello, children. I welcome you all to this English session. Hope you're doing good. And in this session, we are going to learn from Unit 1 Supplementary Reader. And the title is God Sees the Truth but Waits by Leo Tolstoy. Let's see about the author. Leo Tolstoy was born on September 9, 1828 in Tula province, Russia. He is best known for the novels War and Peace and Anna Karenina, often cited as pinnacles of realistic fiction. He first achieved literary acclaim in his 20s with his semi autobiographical trilogy Childhood, Boyhood, Youth, and Sebastopol sketches based upon his experiences in the Crimean War. Tolstoy's fiction includes dozens of short stories and several novels such as The Death of Ivan Ilyich 1886, Family Happiness, and Adji Murat. He also wrote plays and numerous philosophical essays. Tolstoy died on November 20, 1910 in Astopovo, Russia. Let's see the characters and the gist of the story. Ivan Dmitry Aksinov, his family, Semyonich Makar, and the governor. There was a young merchant named Aksinov who lived in Vladimir. He has a wife named Vanya. He decided to sell their goods to earn money, so during summer he decided to travel. When Aksinov met a merchant and drank tea together and later went to the same rooms as he decided to check in and in. Aksinov found out that the merchant he met the night before has been found murdered and the officials accused him of killing him since there was a knife with blood stains on it in his bag. Aksinov suspects Makar, one of the new prisoners, of killing the merchant. Later, he found out Makar is planning to break the prison, though he did not tell the authorities. Makar realized his mistake and he confessed of killing the merchant and putting the knife inside Aksinov's bag, and he asked him for forgiveness. Aksinov was ordered to go back home, but he was already dead. Let's see the story in detail. Once there lived a young merchant named Ivan Dmitry Aksinov with his family in the land of Vladimir, who in his younger days lived life to the fullest by experiencing all the material things world has to offer until he got married. One summer he planned to go to Nizhny Fair, but his wife warned him that she had a bad dream of her husband. She dreamt about Ivan that he returned from the town with air of grey. Ivan laughed as if he does not care and went on the fair. He travelled halfway and met a merchant whom he spent the night drinking tea with and shared an adjoining room in an inn. Since Axino is not used of sleeping for long hours, he decided to wake up and continued his journey. Along the way of his journey, two soldiers stopped him and began asking questions for the merchant he met halfway on his travel was found dead. Haxino became a prisoner of circumstantial evidences when a blood-stained knife and some cash is taken from his bag. Learning the sad fate of Axino, his wife remembered her dream about Axino and was worried. The circumstantial evidences made his wife suspect him. Eventually, he lost hope on earthly mercy and directed his thoughts on the divine. The Lives of the Saints, a book on spiritually, changed his life in the prison. 26 years in prison made Axino a well-grounded and God-fearing man. In spite the fact that his family has completely forgotten him, he still serves as a grandpa to other prisoners. And even he stopped speaking of his misfortunes. Coincidentally, the man who is responsible for his imprisonment ends up in the same prison as him. After months of knowing each other, Axino discovered that Makar is the one who killed the merchant whom he was told he murdered. He was furious with what he found out, but did not speak or uttered a word about it. One night, Axino heard some earth rolling under where the prisoners were sleeping. He went out and saw Makar. Makar told him not to tell a word about what he had witnessed, or else he will kill him. When they were led out to work, a soldier noticed a prisoner took up some earth off his boots. The soldier searched for escaping plans and found the tunnel. The governor asked Ivan, for he knew he was a just man. But Ivan said it wasn't his right or his will, but God to tell such name. Night fell and Makar went to Ivan. He thanked him and felt sorry for what he had done to him a long time ago that made Ivan suffer for all these years. He sobbed as well as Ivan said that the Lord will forgive you. Makar said that he will confess to the governor so that Ivan would be sent free back to his home. Ivan did not want to go out of the prison, for he has no family, neither home to back to. Rather, he waited for his last hour to come. Makar Semyonich confessed his guilt, but when the order for Ivan Dmitry Aksionov's release came, he was already dead. Aksionov suffers in prison for 26 years. Spiritual transformation redefines his life. He learns the truth of life in prison. Though he knows that Makar was the real murderer, he forgives him. He does not betray Makar when they question him about Makar's escape act. Aksionov's life is fun and frolic in the earlier part, and it gets filled with spiritually in the later part. Makar is practically personified. He never feels guilty on seeing Aksionov in the prison. He is not ready to confess until Aksionov saves him. After he forgives him, there is a tremendous change in Makar. Reformation accompanies forgiveness. Society might have judged Aksionov to be a guilty man, but God didn't. No matter how difficult life may be for an individual, God will always be there. Once we have faith in God, we can overcome any obstacle that society puts in front of us. When we shift our focus from materialism to spiritualism, we achieve inner peace. And we are learning from this story is forgiveness is the best form of revenge. Moral of the story is forgiveness does not change the past, it does enlarge the future. Let's see a few key points for understanding. Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov lives in Vladimir in Russia. He gives up drinking after marriage and he is responsible and liked by people. One day Ivan disregards wife's dream and goes to a fair on business. The police stops him as another merchant was murdered. They find a blood-stained knife in his bag. Despite Aksionov's claims, he is sentenced and sent to Siberia. He spends 26 years in Siberia. He dedicates his life to God. Other prisoners respect him. One of the new prisoners was Makar Semyonich. Overhearing conversations, Aksionov is convinced Makar Semyonich is the actual murderer for which he was blamed. A tunnel is dug by an unknown person. Aksionov knew Makar dug it, but he does not tell it. Finding the attitude of Aksionov, Makar confesses his guilt of murdering the merchant and that he placed the blood-stained knife in Aksionov's bag. Makar informs and confesses to the authorities. The procedure to release Aksionov begins, but he dies before he receives the order. Okay, children, I hope you understand. Finish your assignments and send it to me on time. Let's see you in the next class. Thank you.